все теперь надо. Что-то громко музыка играет, что я ее слышу.
У меня?
Да.
Я люблю громкую музыку. Я крутой.
I've spotted something.
Не помню. Он не мой.
Ща, блин. Не мой. Господи. Я подумала, что я нашла голову чью-то. Башню зайти нельзя. А, не можно, только там внутри какая-то дичь. Не достать написано.
Его, наверное, телепортом кого-то заслать.
Не знаю. Сейчас. Не, а, да, смотри, только там, смотри, что, глушение, вот какой-то, бочоночки. Нифига себе там. Все, больше ничего нет. Вроде ничего больше нету. Жесть. Вот так ударилась. Больно, наверное. Что у нас тут есть? Чудо действенной обмотки. Восприятие, телекинез. Это чего? А это чего?
Что это такое?
Это что ж тебе?
Ну, японный.
А у тебя есть предметы с этими, с ячейками для рун?
Ничего. Какие предметы?
С ячейками для рун.
Нет, по-моему.
Когда будет, скажи, у меня есть руны.
Вот, пришло.
У меня их 2. Скелетики. Будем их делать? Ты меня слышишь?
Слушайте. Что говоришь?
Скелета выбивать будем?
Наверное, да. Слушай. Слушай,
Что с тобой?
А. Хотя странно. Я их надеваю. Там получает у меня это увечье и не может ходить.
Как-то.
Странно, почему?
Может быть, он не проклят?
Не знаю. Тут что-то про короля брака написано, но... Кто не знает.
А, ну да. Это все, что с королем драком связано, вещи все прокляты. Ну ты их не выбрасывай, вроде
Ну
можно
да.
как-то снять, закрыть. А кстати, у тебя там броня какая-то была железная. Покажи мне. А тебе снова могу посмотреть.
Блин. Обнови свой микрофон, он опять тебя шипит. Вот.
А чего эти кольцо ты не пользуешься? Мужиком твоего.
Еще кольцо.
Инвентарь посмотри.
Нет. Не помню, мать. Божечки, кошечки.
Что ты лучше нашел? Это у него прикид.
Ну, классная вещь.
Что, кошак один драться будет?
На кошака всем плевать. Могу разведку делать.
Ну, дотягиваюсь до вот туда. Где? Не дотягиваюсь. Отчуждение. За них обойти нельзя. А, не можно. Может, пойдем в другую сторону?
Куда?
Пойдем за мной. Можно пока здесь все смотреть. Холодная рука. А?
Как тут? Слышно?
Я тебя плохо слышу.
Я хороший.
И что? Что ты хороший, я все равно тебя плохо слышу.
Это я хороший. Щ. Особая селедка. Могу взять. Вот почему-то управление по бесит, не могу толком взять то, что хочу взять.
Ну, играй на клавиатуре.
Нет, я кто-то.
Начинается.
Я могу взять. Опять микрофон трещит. Что такое?
У кого?
Ты, блин.
Even more corpses here.
Их.
Good riddance.
Что ты там делаешь? О, ну.
Угу.
Я знаю, как это сделать. Можно просто прокрасться, чтобы они не увидели. Хотя,
Как раз.
да. Это взрыв.
You were a genius maze builder. Clear of mind, sharp of wit. You built an invisible staircase, useful to those who may find it. Это не похоже.
Срочно могу перемещаться, куда хочешь.
Что?
Помощью срочно могу перемещаться.
Я просто не понимаю, что тут делать надо.
Как-то попробуй пойти.
Смотри, что происходит.
сейчас там помрешь. Это наркомания все глючит. Как эту наркоманию обойти? Надо эти цветы уничтожать.
Они не уничтожаются.
Да? Дурдена растет.
Что?
Дурдена растет.
Странно. Вообще нравится. Что делать с этими луковицами?
Мам, как это?
О, Господи. Кто написал? Может, это эти приперлись.
Какие-то приперся.
Гони дивана.
Он
Быстро.
пойдет, думаешь?
Скажи, что 2 часа осталось, даже меньше.
1 час.
Почему 1?
Будет 11,5, потому что. Так что, наверное, смысла нет. Раньше надо было ящик чесать. Что я тут делаю?
Bloody and sad, a severed head sits on its stick. Its eyes snap open and dart from you to the nearest noxious bug.
Open the chest there! Go on! You know you want to! Open the chest! There's loot in it! Open the chest! Good things will occur! Really good things! Go on! Open the chest! Go on and see how I get... This is ours! Be lost!
А видишь, тут ничего не происходит, пока сундук не открываешь. Говорящий.
A severed head sits rotting on a stick. The last vestige of an ear its eyes open. It looks at you. When it speaks, it struggles to move.
I don't know who you are. Hear this. Don't open the chest. Don't open the chest. What? Don't listen to him. He's crazy. He wants to die. He does. I'd help you. I could. He'll kill us all. Don't open the chest. Help. Help. Just don't open the chest. Oh, you look like a good sort. Could you scratch our nose?
The severed undead head looks at you with puppy dog eyes. You're touched and revolted. You lean across and scratch the dead head's nose. Skin sloughs from the nose onto your finger. You shake it off. It won't come off. Pretending to pat the man's head, you wipe your finger in his hair.
Oh, that's it. That doesn't mean you can open the chest, because you can't.
Картовый.
Not sure. Think it's something to do with the old ones as some kind of rise. Guaranteed what I hear to say. Don't ask you on that though, because sales story, usual story. Ain't this state again a good and rotten worker? I was a professional. Lost my head for it. We were A's elders. We held A's. We constructed labyrinths. Ragus Brexit. Oh, no. Oh, no, you don't. Ask the A's elder doesn't give away the king's secrets. I list are sealed. True. And you civilized cousins survived the howly Ludolf. Ludolf. We are Aster A's elders. We construct a...
The head closes its eyes. The conversation...
Open it! All we're saying is don't open the chest, or bad things will happen. We all look the same to you, do we? One head's as good as another, is it? Well, that's just... Now don't make things worse. Don't open the chest. If you open the chest, bad things will happen, not nice things.
The head's eyes widen in horror.
You wouldn't kill perfectly innocent heads like us just to see what's in a chest, would you?
The head closes its eye.
Go on! Open the chest!
Get lost! Don't own the chest!
John! Open the chest! Open it! It's a great chest! Open it!
Когда ты успел в бой вступить?
И напали на меня.
It's a great chest! Open it!
Охуенно.
Show yourself.
пошел.
Можешь эту теперь бить.
Чё уже?
Вот он, вот он,
Hurts, doesn't it?
Нахер сам удар пришел. Чё? Чё ж? Тварь. Заговор не сочный. Грязный мудак. Это вообще не такое. Здесь что-нибудь понятно. Известно.
Нормально. Не могу до нее достать.
Вообще никого ни разу не ударил.
Кто?
Игорь сочный.
может залезть туда. Ремень нужен?
Наверное. Как в этом деле. Я бы его Игорь. Я там же. Кого не видел.
I'm ready.
Хуа. Хуа.
Боже.
Бюджетный сенс.
Prepare yourself.
Как?
Что? Я ничего не делаю. Почему он меня ударил?
Потом. Грязный день. Какой-то опасный.
Как-то странно, я же уже ходила.
Она куда идете, поэтому ходит чаще.
Где еще один скелетик?
Гуляет.
Стрелок был сделан.
Внизу.
А он внизу невидимости. правильно решили. Почему у тебя голова горит?
Зачем он ударил Лиан? Я на них подняться должен, не ударить. В ярости, поэтому того.
Поэтому Лиану ударил, да?
Ну что вообще больно. Как-то по-другому начинает видение представляться. Щик.
Glory is mine. Prepare yourself. I'll yield to none.
Почему у нее невидимость падает?
Потому что она воспользовалась новой.
Что?
Потому что нельзя ничего делать. Мудак. Мудак. Чудак.
Чего?
Чушь.
Стырно.
Find you. Find whom? Whose voice is this?
Почему же?
Что это было?
Это божок. Ну, да, всегда был.
Put it out! Put it out! Put it out!
The pig is engulfed in flames, but her skin...
It is a hellish curse. Does it matter? You aren't sure? How do I know it won't be worse than the torment? How do I know the agony?
Бешеные слова.
Yes.
Хрень.
Где крышка?
Осторожно, там эти враги. Ой,
Какие яськи гуляют там, пьянствуют.
что происходит?
Качество поляны с разрывными этими хренями.
А попробуй сундук просто в инвентарь взять себе. Если что.
You hardly recognize him, but there he is, Alexander. You're shocked to see a sorcerer's collar around his neck. He's... You see him coming for you. You saw what he did to the others. You...
Тоже. Это эти руины, где эти уроды появляются.
Не поняла юмора.
Void woken.
Я
We meet
пробежала, они не встретились. Я тут стою, изучаю свой инвентарь, и тут эти внезапно появляются. Спасибо,
Это я
потому что ты
пошел. Я крутой. Завидуюсь мелочи.
Vermin, thieves, pests, leeches.
Да ты при себя.
Я крутой.
This world is ours. Greet the Reaper for me.
Еще.
More of them. These beasts are damn persistent.
You will not be spared. Your time is up. Fall, die, pass away. Your essence, ours, ours. You are ours. We are the many and the all. We were first. We were first. Into the dark with you.
Бывает.
О, Господи, сколько нас.
They can keep calling us vermin, but we'll just keep putting them down.
Сейчас я превращаю эту хрень.
Думаю, что мне качать взлом или убеждение?
Взлом или что?
Убеждение.
Не знаю, у меня убеждение у ящера на 3. Вообще прокачано.
Если я говорю, то мне придется что-то делать. Вот этого скелета вначале мне придется убить.
Ты с ним так и не говорил, что ли, еще?
Я с ним говорила, он же, если его не убедить, драться начинает.
Ну да. еще чуть.
I'm ready.
You know my voice, my goddess voice. Come to me, my king.
Her voice. It sounds so familiar somehow.
The corpses of voidlings lie in heaps around you, a miasma of cursed fluid pooling at your feet.
Even cliffs have their breaking point against the sea. This was a frightful experience.
We can't get caught up in another battle like that. They're only getting worse.
No worse than a death fog nightmare. Ichor and madness, and then it's all over.
Никто ничего не... Только потрофа. А как вот эту штуку обойти? Вот эту.
Это несложно выйти. Что, сначала город хочешь пройти?
Что?
Поселок хочешь сначала пройти?
Кого?
Поселок. Я извиняюсь, моя кошка взбесилась.
Конечно.
Простите, моя кошка взбесилась. Помнишь, в Синди кошка тоже взбесилась? Что, если сделал после этого?
Я знаю, что он сделает.
Хуш.
Mother.
Ты полян запердели.
Я же получилось вот эти.
Так это спасает такого.
Эти тоже. Ну что делать-то? Как пройти?
No sooner have you rung the ornate bell than the face of a lizard woman surfaces from behind a rock up on the ledge before you.
Stand back and keep your hands off your weapons. Convince me you're no magister, or draw one last deep breath.
She notices your collar, and you can see the tension.
No, I suppose you don't look like a magister. Those dogs don't leash their own. I apologize for the steel-tipped welcome, but lives are at stake.
With one graceful motion.
Come, ascend to the sanctuary of Amadia.
Надо с этим справиться, не залезать назад.
Прыгаю.
Ну ладно. Сам будешь топать.
Куда?
Не знаю, как ты будешь проходить.
Да я зря пройти по всему.
Her eyes grow misty, and for a moment it looks like she's about to hug.
Oh, sweet prince, if I think of the perils you have faced, of the indignities you've had to suffer, but know that I, like you, will do all in my power to find your way home once more. Thank you, your majesty, but the honor of partaking in your destiny is all the reward I desire. We both know why you've come. We both know where I must take us. The dark. The dark. Dream with me, my lord. Dream with me.
Her skin is warm against yours. Her breathing a sea that lures. You plunge and sink. You drown in her maelstrom.
Бабник.
Darkness. A hand pressed in yours, tugging you along.
С кем я
There are things in this unnatural darkness. They slither behind you so quickly, more quickly than you. You move through the absolute black, whipped sore by unseen tendrils. Then, suddenly, in the distance, a streak of red, as if a gargantuan dragon opens a solitary eye.
Ты куда? Нифига себе. Я тоже хочу это посмотреть. А, все.
Thank you, Bahara, for leading our son through the darkness. Welcome be, Red Prince, to the haven in the horror. Truly is she a daughter of dreams.
With a polite gesture, the dreamer bids you make yourself comfortable. Why?
Red Prince, your majesty, I am Bramos the Wanderer, leader of the House of Dreams and, unbeknownst to you, your greatest champion. Countless times since your birth have I, and so many dreamers with me, fought until we failed. The last demon you summoned, for power's sake, and for lust's sake, she was indebted to those who seek your demise. But for the might of your own magic, the House of Shadows would have finally had its way. But for your own awing strength, the day would have ended with your death instead of your downfall. This very moment, your majesty,
This very meeting is designed entirely to make up for my failure. All we know is that the House of Shadows seeks to kill you. Their motives are as obscure as their very existence. But I surmise it has something to do with another, hers.
He looks aside, and where his eyes lead, a second figure appears. It is she, the secret of your soul, the unknown woman, as red-skinned as yourself. She who's been in your dreams since the sunburst that was your own dawn.
She is change, just as much as you are. She is the true crown, the true throne, the true empire, vast as the... Find me, and I will guide you to her. To Reaper's Coast I'll go, and hide in the mist beneath the hamlet of Driftwood. Come meet me, kindler, shaper, father, and wake. Awake.
It was my pleasure. The darkest dark is perilous, but we braved it with worthy ambition. You are the dreamer's dream, Red Prince, and so is she. We must know what these visions mean, and we must make them come to pass. My name is Bahara. Like you, my lord, I am a sorcerer. But unlike you, I am also a faithful servant of Amadia. You have sensed the goddess, and your words ring true. But I wonder if you really know her. Amadia is the Great Mother. She is the goddess in whose womb magic was conceived. From whom Gratiana, her priestess in this sanctuary, is teaching me her ways. For several years now, I've been her disciple. But she has resided... I was like you once. A lost soul driven by instinct from the bowels of Fort Joy. There have been others. They tried to make it back. My home is here now. This is where I found solace, found sanctuary. I found that my knowledge is but a pond. Gratiana's is the sea. It is the sea you should speak to. The guests, they call themselves seekers. They're brave people, and friends to sorcerers. But you'll find them a battered band here today. Brought magisters, of course. The seekers came here to rescue a sorcerer from the fort. They've heard the shrieker's shriek. I thank the goddess I'm not haunted by their sound. To know one's fate is to be fearless. I reside in Amadia's palm. I am hers to shield or hers to crush. They knew him to be God-woken. They sought to kindle the divinity slumbering deep within his soul. But Alexander bears no rivals. Only the son can follow the father, or so he is convinced. It is truly harrowing to know this man seeks to be the Seven's chosen. Have you never heard of them? They were living weapons, made of flesh and reared in torture. Turns out the tales are true. The magisters dug deep and returned these It is the laboratory of a lunatic. A place removed from mercy and sanity where mad Brachus Rex would experiment. There are ruins in the marshes. Stonework vultures that perch above the king's log. But his is not a treasure of gold, ruby, and sapphire. It is a treasure of death. Weapon. There is nothing on this isle as valuable as the air you breathe. Don't look for worth in haunted quagmires is what they are. And what is mired in them is madness. Brachus Rex. He went too far. Source, may Amadia curse his soul for turning creation into destruction.
Она продает для тебя книжки.
You are fortunate to have found this place. The hollow marshes swallow life and regurgitate only the dead. The guests, they call themselves...
Лихвач пришел, детки.
We aren't really safe here, are we? So long as Gareth returns, we will be.
I'd say we should stop to talk, but I'm swamped. make much of it one way or the other, but the farther we get away, there's got to be a way off this island. Sure thing, Chief. What's up?
She bats her eyelashes coquettishly over black eyes in grey sockets.
Just for you, Chief. You know, wherever the next road leads, I guess. I never was one to sit in one. How about you? You missing home by now? I hear you. I've always kind of felt like home isn't really a place or a time or anything like that. It's all in the mind. As far as I'm concerned, whatever's going on in the old noodle is, which is why I'll feel like a bit of a stranger wherever I go, until I get rid of whatever's taking control of my beautiful brain. That does help. Thanks, Chief. Sure thing, Chief. What's up?
Focus on your breathing, Jules. Slow.
Samadel smiles with relief at Han's healed leg, bowing gently and... The boy whistles a somber tune as he gazes around the makeshift camp.
Matis, the wound is festering. It needs to be changed.
Его ж так звали, Хан?
Мелкий мальчик?
Да.
Вначале мы его встречали.
Samadel smiles with relief at Han's healed leg, bowing gently in thanks when your eyes meet.
Это он лучше.
Да.
Не дождался, короче.
Надо, наверное, сходить к нему.
He shudders at the...
I wish I had a fitting way to thank the...
Leave me.
That's better. Up and at him.
Слышь, подхалим.
One fate's better than none, but I grieve for those we lost.
Почему все здоровы такое?
You've healed us. All of us. I owe you a debt. The Magisters attacked our camp back at the harbour. I caught one of their arrows right in my side.
He lands a comradely slap on your back.
Don't you doubt it. This old war serpent's still got some fight left in him. Especially now that wound is healed.
Another? How do you have so much power?
Healed?
My strength is returned.
They're going to be all right. Thank you. Thank you, gods above. Thank you.
Все это уже есть. Торгуюсь, денег у меня нет, я торгуюсь. Ой. Говно какое-то.
fog is lifting.
Тебе тоже дали?
Нет, как тебе. Дядьки всего расскажет.
He glances up. In quick succession, he becomes aware of both your presence and the fact that you're not a familiar face.
Who the blazes are you? My word, I never met a royal before. On the run from Fort Joy, are you? A seeker can always recognize a sorcerer when they see one. Though, of course, your collar gives you away. You met Verdus? Oh, then he's as good as dead. We're the seekers he spoke of. We were supposed to... You, a godwoken? Surely not. You could be important, but there's no way to be certain until we've left this blasted island behind us.
The young man anxiously fidgets with his curved bow.
That's easier said than done, I'm afraid. Much easier said. The Magisters have us cornered. They have these weapons called shriekers. If we try to go against them unprepared, there's weapons. Ancient devices that can counter those things. Our leader, Sir Gareth, set out to find them so we could break the Magister blockade and escape this island, but he hasn't returned. If Sir Gareth doesn't come back with those weapons in tow, well, this island, you'll help us.
His shoulders visibly relax.
Thank you. Allies are in short supply in this place. If you help us, I promise. Please ask. Whatever helps. We came to free an elf called Verdus from Fort Joy. He was a godwoken. He could have been the next divine, but none. He set out to find those source weapons, and that's the last we saw of him. The masked priestess, Gratiana, told Sir Gareth of them after she granted us shelter here. She was reluctant. Speak to her if you wish. She may know more. The Magister flagship, the Lady Vengeance, she's anchored at the old harbour. Once the way is clear, we're to take her and get the well, before there's a divine, there must be a godwoken. Only a special few among sorcerers have this potential. And on top of everything, someone seems to be killing what few godwoken there are. It must be Alexander. Sir Gareth? He's the finest seeker I know. I'm honoured to serve as his squire. He wouldn't let us down. Not unless something's gone horribly wrong.
Это была медуза, подает стеной серицы. Что это было? Они у него наушниками хорошо. Сейчас говорю.
Я люблю попкорн. I know who's hunting Godwoken. It's the lone wolves.
Gareth would know what to do.
Yes.
He looks around, surveying your surroundings with a keen eye.
I intend to find out. I bet we can track down my old pack and ask some questions. In the meantime, let's keep a lower profile.
Ifan nods.
Later.
A young man in oversized armor paces around a table covered with a spread of maps, his face a tight scowl of frustration.
Every approach blocked.
He glances up. In quick succession, he becomes aware of both your presence.
Who the blazes are you? As am I, Sabine, I'm sure. A seeker can always recognize a sword. You meant Verdus. You could...
The young man...
That's the
Дядька с ошейниками.
but he hasn't returned.
Дядька с ошейниками.
You are floating a few inches above the ground. Your friends are impressed. You bask in their...
Maybe we should fortify this place. Make a stand. No, we don't have the time. Think, damn it. Gareth would know what to do.
Так я его не могу.
Вот именно. Много тебе читать придется.
A young man in oversized armor paces around a table covered with a spread of maps, his face a tight scowl of frustration.
Нарезай вот этот заговор.
Зачем?
Чтобы читать его.
Я сама.
Идешь.
Wished, bonny barn, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The seven watch o'er us, you're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
Smoke and screams, echoes of death. Gareth, please come back.
He glanced.
Who the...
Wished, bonny barn, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The seven watch o'er us, you're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
You? Who are you? And what do you want?
Кто меня видит? Невозможно ничего сделать.
Wished, bonny barn, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep.
Там воздушные книжки еще подают. Книжка телепортации. Уже яйца можешь посмотреть.
Who are you? And what do you want?
Ever stop?
Maybe we should fortify this place. Make a stand. No, you. Who are you? And what do you want?
now don't you cry.
Your humble servant.
The birds are asleep.
A dwarf stands by a young woman. He seems intensely focused on her, whispering and singing softly in her ear.
Blood and bone.
Hush now, Leia. They'll not hurt you again. Once Gareth gets back, we're going home.
The woman rubs her neck, raking her. The dwarf starts at the sound of your voice, gripping the woman's arm from...
New faces. Hope you aren't bushwhacked. As for her neck, she's remembering the damnable source colours she once wore. Lucky for us, she had the skills to remove them.
The woman's eyes dart to your own.
Choke us. They strangle us, steal our voices.
She averts her eyes, staring.
They'll have more luck getting Dallas to unlock them. The poor girl's not in her best mind without Gareth's the only one that brings her out of herself.
Duggan lays his hand on her shoulder, squeezing it tight as...
We were part of the caravan headed to Fort Joy. Shiny collars and all. Gareth and the Seeker, but now he's off searching for weapons to take down them shriekers. And all we can do is sit here, thinking of...
From fragments to whole. From their
She ain't detailed, but she ain't wrong. Someone to replace Lucian and push back them Voidwoken. Someone to restore order and protect the source. There's ways, but I ain't privy to them. One thing I do know, mind. The Voidwoken...
barking dogs in wolves' clothing. Teeth in the sea.
Aye, there's enough of them about. But we were part of the caravan, but now...
The dwarf stop. Duggan stands...
There, lass.
Protect these poor souls in their time of need. I pray that you ease their pain and see them safe in your
Wished
grace.
Bonnie Baron, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The seven watch o'er us, you're safe in bed. So close your
Before
sweet
you
eyes.
stands a figure, her body wreathed in cloth. All you can see of her eyes are two dark holes in an ornate mask.
Armadia's blessings, child. I have not seen this face in our sanctuary. I am pleased to see you've rid yourself of your chains. I am Gratiana, priestess of Armadia. It is a privilege to welcome you.
She pauses for a moment before answering.
We must always strive to help those who suffer. For many years I did not understand that.
Despite the mask, you can feel her expression harden.
Time is a river, ever slipping by. It does no... In this place I can worship the goddess Armadia and help those who come to me for aid. I live a good life.
The woman freezes in place and...
It was nothing. Simply a turn of phrase. Nothing more. Armadia is the blessed mother of magic. This is her shrine. It was not always thus. He is no more. Thank the goddess. It has been many centuries since he walked Rivellon. He ruled this realm as a tyrant and beast. He stole it. These marshes were a playground for... The tales do him no justice.
Ничего я не буду
He was
воровать,
indeed.
хороший.
The Magisters have even taken... Without something more powerful than these... Twice today I've heard those words. Their leader, Gareth. I told him of I fear for these souls. Be set off north. Walk ever in Armadia's grace, child.
Wished Bonnie Baron, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The seven watch o'er us,
Ну, у тебя бабу не прокачана.
so close your sweet eyes and rest your head.
Gareth would know what to do.
Не совсем плохо. Или можно идти спать.
А я не болтала.
The birds are asleep. The moon's in the sky.
Зря.
The seven watch o'er us. You're safe in bed. So
Mother
close
of
your
magic,
sweet eyes.
hear my...
Before you stands a figure, her body wreathed in cloth. All you can see of her eyes are two dark holes in an ornate mask.
Armadia's blessing. Very well.
More junk. We're doomed.
He works fast, checking weapons to see if they're battle-ready. He thumbs the edge of a blade.
The blade is thirsty. Now, what can I do you for? Nice doing business with you. I wish I had better wares to offer.
Bless and protect your humble servant.
О, вот так.
Protect these poor souls in their time of need. I pray that you ease their pain and see them safe in your grace.
Это ты руну продал?
Нет.
Я тут уже был, да?
Да.
Все обшмонено.
Да. Ты чё?
А тут...
If this is all we have, we're done for.
The goddess's tears
Немного осталось. Карту вот обнюхать.
Сейчас я посмотрю,
Ah, you're back. Looking to... I only stock the best baubles. Precious wares, are they not?
Странно, теперь он с ней не говорит об этом. Как-то.
Наверное.
Странно.
Это в моей истории, по-моему.
Ah, you're back. Looking to add some weight to your rucksack.
Странно.
И чё же?
А что делать? Убивать его?
Наверное.
Почему?
Чтобы сохраниться, дать ему денег, чтобы он стал хорошим. Может, тебе сможешь сказать что-нибудь? Вдруг надо ее типа подавить.
Ah, I only stock the best precious wares, are they not? Ah, you're back.
Ну что с ним делать?
Значит, надо попробовать убить. Когда у тебя еще больше станет.
Что стало? Все равно один, у нас четверо.
Не знаю, только я сейчас пошел.